Hey guys, Cinny here, and welcome to my Blue Dragons guide, which will be my first commentary guide. In this guide, we'll go over, things such as gear, items to take, different locations for killing them, and overall profitability. So, without further ado, we'll jump straight into it. Okay, so let's take a look at my gear setup. Now I've gone with a pretty standard setup for dragons. Obviously I use Chaotic Rapier. Anything really with a stab attack would be useful against dragons, as it is one of their weaknesses. Apart from that, I tend to just max on strength bonus. That is because I use anti-fire pots. If you're not using anti-fire pots, which I'll come on to in a minute when we look at the actual inventory setup, it's probably best to take D'hide, unless you're like really high level and you just smash through them anyway. So apart from that, I also take Ring of Wealth. I usually use that on Slayer. That's absolutely optional. I know a lot of people use Berserker Ring or something else along those lines. I also take Anti-Dragon Fire Shield. That's just my standard shield for any dragon killing. I've seen people take Anti-Fires, use Dragon Defender. It's entirely optional. But this is my personal setup. Just max on Strength bonus, Dragon Fire Shield, Rapier, and Ring of Wealth. And that's about it, really. Okay, so the next thing that we'll take a look at is basically just a simple inventory setup. Now I take Ring of Slaying, just really to keep track of where I am in terms of the task. That one's also optional. For my method of killing, which I'll come on to in a moment, I take a Glory, so I can tell you to Edgeville. I also kill them in Curadel's dungeon, so I've got Ferocious Ring. Apart from that, I pretty much just take an Anti-Fire Potion, just top that up whenever it's needed. Then a few food, just to get me through the trip. How much food you'll take and how much anti-fire will really depend on your level. You'll have to gauge, how many you can kill and, in the time it takes to consume a pot, or how many food you go through, on an average kill. So it really depends on what level you are, and that's something you'll learn to gauge yourself. The other really important thing is a familiar. Now, I would take, any kind of carrying familiar that you can. I mean, Spirit Terror Bird, if you have the level for it, I believe it's 52 summoning. And I personally take War Tortoise. I know people who take Yaks. So depending on your summoning level, it's really best to take a Beast of Burden, so you can carry more bones. And with bones, especially going back up at the minute with, the bot wipeout that's gone, dragon bones are skyrocketing. So you really would be a fool not to collect them. So I would take any Beast of Burden that you possibly could and collect all the bones. So the next part of the guide will take a look at some of the main killing locations for blue dragons. First and foremost, for anyone really, not necessarily high level players, looking to kill blue dragons, your best bet would be Cavalry Dungeon. There are some optional benefits to make your route to blue dragons a lot quicker. That of 70 plus agility or 65 with Summer Pie allows you to jump straight through a pipe, as you'll see in a moment when I show you the route, in order to get there quicker. Also, a Dusty Key is beneficial, as it will save you having to get another one if you do have to walk all the way around Cavalry Dungeon to get to blue dragons. If you don't know what a Dusty Key is, you should probably close this video and go back to Cowfields, because blue dragons are a bit out of your league. But the next one, and my own personal method, is the higher Slayer levels, and you can kill them in Curadel's dungeon, only when they have been assigned. And to go into Curadel's dungeon, you need 75 Slayer and 110 plus combat. So these are two of the main places to kill, and I'll show you the routes to them now. So, in order to get to the dragons in Cavalry Dungeon, the route is pretty simple. You're going to want to start in Falador West Bank, run just outside it and jump across the low wall that's there. And then it's pretty much just head in a northwesterly direction until you see the red exclamation mark on the tunnel. As soon as you've seen that, it's pretty simple. Drop down. If you do have the agility level to go through the pipe, it is just inside, as you can see on the video. Otherwise, you'll have to walk all the way around with your Dusty Key. But then you're pretty much in there, and you can start killing straight away. For those of you that are going to look to kill them in Curadel's dungeon, the route here for me is pretty simple. I simply just use a Ferocious Ring to teleport straight to Curadel. If you actually don't have any Ferocious Rings, you can get them from killing monsters inside Curadel's dungeon. But if you don't have any on you at that point, you would have to go to Barbarian Assault. and then go down and jump into the whirlpool, follow the cave through until you get to Corodel, and then you basically come back to the point where you teleport to him. You want to run through the first couple of rooms in Corodel's dungeon, and then blue dragons are hard to miss. And then again, usually it's very quick respawn time in here, so it's a great place to kill them. I personally find blue dragons a really good task because you can make a lot of money out of these, and they are relatively easy to kill. As you'll see, as I show here, I made 850k out of bones alone, and I believe that was for 181 kills. Now, I mean, I didn't collect hides, but at this moment in time, I know blue dragon hides are 3.2k each, which it's a huge amount of cash really for a short space of time. It just depends how much time you really want to spend. I mean, I only collected bones on this run, but it's a potential. It's another 600k if you want it. So they're very good for money. They're very quick to kill, and yeah, they're a generally great Slayer task. Okay then guys, that'll just about do it for the Blue Dragons guide. I hope you found it useful and insightful. If you have anything you wish to add to the video, anything you think I've missed, let me know in a comment, and I can get that annotated onto the video. Apart from that, leave me a comment, tell me if you liked it, if you hated it, like it, favourite, subscribe, the whole deal. And I'll be bringing out more videos soon. Like I said, I plan to release one showing the task which I'm going to get in the next video that I'll be doing. Apart from that, there will also be some more update videos coming which I'm planning. So yeah, stay tuned. Talk to you soon, guys.